World is illusory. No real happiness. We should not waste time. At once we should search any bona fide guru and begin Hari Bhajan. So he left his house. He was king of Bharatvarsha, very big. But he left. No attachment. He left the attachment of his wife, children, and kingdom, everything. He went to the forest. And he was doing well bhajan. But he was very attached to a deer, as you heard. He was so attached that when the deer mixed in his group and run away in the forest with all deers, he became like mad, totally was remembering where he is, what will be. Perhaps any tiger or any lion can eat him. And thinking in the night, death came, and he was remembering that deer. And he became in next life deer. What is the purpose? If Bharat Maharaj at the death time he is remembering deer, he became deer, so we will remember Krishna and our Swajatiya Asay Snigdha, any Brajavasi, like Gopi, Rup Manjari. You are chanting at that time, you are thinking, remembering, oh, we must be Gopi. Must be Gopi. If Bhakt Maharaj became, by remembering at the time of death, and he became deer, why not others? So our Goswami, especially Rup Goswami, has given Ashtakali Leela Chintan. So that in whole life, if he will remember, then at the time of death it may be that it will come and you will be there. Gopi, in the guidance of Rup. So, what we are doing now, earning money, mostly our life is going invested in that thing. But what money will do? Will it give peace of life, happiness of life? Nothing. Nothing. So, if Bharat was attached to deer and he became deer, if anyone is attached to any girlfriend, what will be? He must be any lady next time. And he will be attached to others. So we should take leisure that as he left whole world, all attachment, all worldly desire, and went. But he still he was attached to that dear child, because he had attended Bhav, Rati, Premanku. So only 3 life lost. But what to us? All kinds of anarth are there. Even Nishtha has not come. Ruchi has not come. Who will save us? If anyone, as he told the slok, Rahu Ganesh Tapasa Anajati Naja Ichya Nirvapana Grihatva Mahatpad Rajo Vishekam Mahat Gurudev Mahat Rupa Goswami and others. If they are our savior, we think, I cannot save myself. So my Gurudev will save us. Vaishnava will save us. Then we can be protected Otherwise, our life will be ruined. It has been told, those who want Krishna prem, Bhagavat prem, param, param, bhavasagarasya, bhakkano api asadhu. Remember always this. Those who want to have Krishna prem, anyone cannot say, Mahatpaja Vajobhisekam. So, the attachment to ladies and ladies' attachment to male, both are same. Be careful. You in married life, okay. Go on doing with your husband, family, also doing better. But if you are brahmachari, sannyasi, be very careful. Otherwise, in a moment, Maya will come and eat you. So, we should remember, still there is time. What we have done mistake, we should try to correct. Because when faith he will come. When he will come, we don't know. In a moment he can come. So there are so many teachings in Bhakti Maharaj. So we should try to. What was favorable for Bharat? He was doing. What was not favorable? He used to resist very strong. We should try to do like that. Now, Prahlad Maharaj Srila. You know Prahlad Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur. He has read Prahlad Charitra 108 times. He was Bhakta. He was Bhakta. All should follow Haridas Prahlad Maharaj. Very tall. Trinakati Suni Chena, Tarorapi Sahisunana, Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sada. If you want to be Vaishnava, you will have to follow the life of Prahlad Maharaj. Sriman Damodar, you should begin. You should try to listen very carefully and to follow. Don't be attached to anyone. Attachment to Krishna. Attachment to Radha Krishna and Mahaprabhu.
Om Gyananandasya Gananjana Srakya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruvai Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. First of all, I offer my millions of Dandavat Pranams, Lotus feet of Guru Pada Padma, Om Vishnupad, Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta, Narayana Goswami Maharaj, the Lotus feet of my Shiksha Gurus, also present Sridhandi Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. It's a great good fortune we get the chance to hear of the glories of Sri Prahlad Maharaj. The teachings of Sri Prahlad Maharaj are like a column, like a very strong foundation by which we can make a very high palace of seva to Sri Radha and Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj's instructions are like a bath of cool water upon the mind. If we can follow just one drop of the teachings of Prahlad Maharaj, then our bhajan can be completely successful. Sri Prahlad Maharaj taught that even despite achieving perfection, many obstacles may be there in spiritual life, but we should not leave our bhajan. We should not pray to Krishna for the removal of miseries, because miseries are there even in the lives of perfected souls, like the Pandavas. Despite the presence of many, many obstacles, many difficulties, great devotees like Prahlad Maharaj and the Pandavas and the Gopis never gave up their Hari Bhajan. We can learn this from the teachings of Sri Prahlad Maharaj. Sri Prahlad Maharaj's father was an incarnation of Vijay. He took birth as Hiranyakasipu. So he was a very great demon. Even though he had many good qualities, he was against the service of Sri Vishnu. Therefore, all his good qualities are about as useful as an ornament upon a dead body. Aprana seva dehasya lokar eva ranjana. Hiranyakasipu performed austerities to please Lord Brahma. Hiranyakasipu had a desire to become immortal. Therefore, after such austerities, he was standing on his toes with his hands in the air. All his body had been eaten by termites, and he'd become covered by the dirt of the termites. And one fire was coming from his head. Lord Brahma came and said, Nabhavat, I've never seen anyone perform austerities like you. What benediction you want? That time Hiranyakasipu Maharaj said, Brahmaji, you are like Bhagavan. Please give me the benediction of immortality. But Lord Brahma said, son, I don't have that in me. Then how I can give it to you? Take another benediction. So Hiranyakasipu took many benedictions in one breath. I should not be killed in the daytime, should not be killed in the nighttime, I should not be killed on the ground, should not be killed in the air, should not be killed inside, should not be killed outside, should not be killed by anything living or dead, should not be killed by any weapons, should not be killed in 12 months to be here. In one long breath he asked for many, many benedictions, and Brahma said, Tatastu, may it be. So, Hiranyakasipu, his wife Kayadu, he had three sons, the youngest of which was four sons, the youngest of which was Prahlad Maharaj. See, Prahlad Maharaj, when Hiranyakasipu was performing austerities in the higher planets, that time the demigods came and captured Kayadu, who was pregnant with Prahlad Maharaj in the womb. They thought this is the seed of a big demon. Therefore, if we can cut the nip, if we can nip it in the bud, then we'll save ourselves a lot of trouble. They went to kill Prahlad in the womb. That time, Narad Muni came. Guru Maharaj says, who will protect us? Only the Vaishnavas will protect us. Narad Muni said to Indradev, don't kill him. He is not a demon. He is a great bhakti of Lord Narayana. Therefore, Narad Muni took the wife of Hiranyakasipu to his ashram, and there for 60,000 years he spoke Harikatha to the wife of Hiranyakasipu. And Prahlad Maharaj, even as a baby in the womb, for 60,000 years he got a chance to hear instructions on the service of Krishna from the pure devotee. Therefore, when he was born like Prahlad Maharaj, pure devotee. Like any father, Hiranyakasipu wanted a good education for his son. Therefore, he sent him to Gurukul. These days, our Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj said, our education system is like a slaughterhouse, because not teaching anything, only ignorance. No knowledge of the soul, nothing about what is eternal, nothing of any value. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj, even though he went to Gurukul, and hearing the materialistic instructions of his son Namaka, Prahlad Maharaj never paid any attention. He cheated them. And when he came back from holidays, his father, out of great affection, took young Prahlad on his lap, and with his heart melting actually, and smelling the head of Prahlad Maharaj and tears from his eyes, he asked, my dear son, what was the best thing that you learned in Gurukul? So see, Prahlad Maharaj taught us, if we want to give instruction on Harikatha, we must be nirapeksh, completely without any self-interest. Prahlad Maharaj spoke the truth to his father, even though that truth was a little bit unpalatable for him. If we think I should flatter my audience, then I can get a nice donation, I can get this or that, this is the wrong teaching. Srila Saraswati Thakur said, if we flatter the audience just for our own benefit, we'll become atheists and derailed from the Vedic path. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj, very politely, but very directly, he said to his father, Tat sadhu manye sujavaja dehinam savik samatya diyat asakrihat hivatva patam griyamandakupam vano gatam yad harimasriyata. Very politely, but very cleverly, Prahlad Maharaj said, oh, best of the demons. And Hiranyakasipu was very happy. Oh, best of the demons. The best thing that I learned was that this deep, dark well called family life is full of suffering. And the persons in that well, they are asakriha, because of accepting what is temporary and always meditating upon what is temporary, their lives are full of suffering. If we meditate and develop if we develop attachment for something which is temporary, then either we must be separated from that, or that object will be separated from us. Therefore we'll feel so much anxiety and suffering. Therefore Prahlad Maharaj said, one who's fallen into this dark well called materialistic life, especially family life, his life is full of suffering because he's always meditating on that which is temporary. Therefore one should leave everything and take shelter of the forest. That means one must leave household life and take shelter in Vrindavan, especially Yadam Harimasriyeta, and then one can take shelter of the Supreme Lord. Guru Maharaj explains really nicely what is called that dark, deep well. Imagine someone is being chased by a tiger and he's running, and he sees a very nice patch of grass, he goes to step on it and he falls in. This is like Guru Maharaj saying, the affection we have for the opposite sex. Like a dry well is covered by grass, it looks nice and soft, but when you step on it, and you suffer. Therefore that man, he fell down the dry well, and after falling, he reached and grasped onto one branch. Then the tiger was looking down, roaring. The man was afraid. He looked down and saw there were many snakes hissing, waiting for him to fall, to finish. That time he was hanging on the branch, what to do, where to go. But the good times are only beginning. 2 rats, one black rat and one white rat, were chewing on the branch. And also above there was one bee's nest. And because he was shaking the bee's nest, hundreds of bees were stinging him in all parts of his body. So he was crying, but he could not go down, could not go up. But in the middle of such a terrible situation, because of the shaking of the branch, some honey was coming and he was... some honey was falling on his tongue. And he was thinking, nectar. So Prahlad Maharaj said, this is called material life. Guruji explains, we are just like that. Death is all around us. Like Bharat Maharaj, he completely forgot about his death, but death never forgot about Bharat Maharaj. It says when we are born, death is born with us. Therefore, our situation is just like that. We are forgetting that any moment we can die.
What are rats and...
That branch, that is one's lifespan. And that is being chewed by a black rat and a white rat. That means day and night. Day and night. Time is taking away our lifespan. In 11th canto of Bhagavatam, the Navayogendra said, what is knowledge? Knowledge means to see everything in this universe is in the snake, in the mouth of the snake called time. Everything will be destroyed. That vision is called knowledge. So downwards, the snakes means death, upwards death. Our lifespan is being taken day and night by the rats, and the bees biting us are the millions of miseries we experience. The taxman, the policeman, the next door neighbors, the children, all biting. In the middle of such a terrible situation, that time some drop of honey comes, and from that we forget everything. That drop of honey is a momentary satisfaction we feel in sex happiness. That 5 minutes of happiness results unlimited suffering. Well, Guru Maharaj said we suffer day and night, and we come home, and what happens? The children run up, oh Baba, how was your day? Give me $10. So because of that little bit of happiness we experience, we are so much foolish. We forget our precarious situation in this world and unlimited suffering. Therefore Prahlad Maharaj said, Father, you should leave this miserable family life and take shelter in Vrindavan, the shelter of Sri Hari, that means Sri Krishna. And maybe Hiranyakasipu he didn't take it seriously. He said, thus the kid's intelligence is spoiled by the enemy. Because small words coming from a small boy, Hiranyakasipu didn't take it that much seriously. He just laughed. So, that time he returned him to the Gurukul. That time the teachers, Sanda and Amarika. Sanda means darkness, no? Under. Amarika means one is a bull. Sanda is a bull. Because a bull is very foolish, Even though he eats so much and he's so strong, as soon as he sees a cow, he loses all his intelligence and runs behind her. And Guru Maharaj said, when they pass stool, it's like a jet stream. So they have so much ignorance, they have no intelligence at all. Therefore, and the other Guru, he was even worse off. He's called Amarika, that means darkness. Because even though he had so much so-called knowledge of the scripture, he could not see the soul or the Supreme Lord Krishna, therefore he was completely blind. So the teachers asked, "Oh Prahlad, how do you learn such knowledge? How you developed attraction to this Vishnu? We never taught you anything like that." That time Prahlad Maharaj said, "I cannot explain, but just like a magnet is attracted to iron, in the same way my mind is spontaneously attracted to the pastimes of Sri Hari." So Prahlad Maharaj went back to school. He pretended to learn, but he never really took the materialistic instructions of his teachers to his heart. Only he cheated them externally. Next time when he came back to his father gave him another chance. "Oh my dear boy, tell me, what was a nice thing you learned in school?" That time Prahlad Maharaj said, "Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanavedanam, Iti Pumsapita Vishnu, Bhaktistan Navalakshanam, Kriti Bhagati Ada, Manite Artha Uttamam." How people want to serve God, but they don't know how. If we want to serve Krishna, we should serve him in the correct way. For example, if I ask someone, or Guru Maharaj asks someone, "Can I have an orange juice?" and someone brings a beer, this is not fulfilling the desire of the person who should be served, therefore it cannot be called service. Therefore, independent efforts to serve God without direction of the saint and the scriptures is useless. Therefore, how to serve God? Krishna, there is 9 ways. Shravanam, hearing. Shravanam, Kirtanam, chanting the holy name and repeating the instructions we've heard from the scriptures and the Guru. Vishnu Smaranam, always thinking of the Lord. Padasevanam, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, or using our feet in the service of the Lord by doing tours, parikrams of the holy places. Archanam, worshipping the Lord in the temple. Vandanam, offering prayers. Dasyam, becoming the servant of Krishna. Sakyam, becoming the friend of Krishna. And Atmanavedanam. So these are called Navavida Bhakti, 9 ways to serve Krishna. But there's a catch. Iti Pumsapita Vishnu Bhaktistan Navalakshanam. One must, Apitam, one means one must completely offer oneself. To who? Vishnu. Vishnu in Sanskrit is plural. One must offer oneself to the 2 gods. And one may become astonished, how there can be 2 gods? I thought there was only one. Then they'll be fighting amongst each other. Therefore there are 2 forms of the Supreme Lord in this world. One is, of course, Krishna himself, Visaya Vigraha, the Supreme Lord as the enjoyer. And the other form of the Supreme Lord in this world is called Asray Bhagawan, Sevak Bhagawan, or the pure devotee. Therefore, one name we give for the spiritual master is Vishnupad. He is called Vishnupad because he is the direct manifestation of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord in this world. You cannot go to Krishna directly. One should go to the feet of Krishna in this world, which is Guru Pada Padma. Under the guidance and taking shelter of the spiritual master, one should perform these 9 types of seva towards the Supreme Lord Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj said, this is called knowledge, nothing else can be called knowledge. Then Prahlad Maharaj gave more instructions. Matena Krishna
Hiranyakashipu ordered to kill him, but he could not. Then by the advice of Chandamarthi, again Prahlad Maharaj was sent to school. Thank you. Prahlad Maharaj told, Material Krishna Paratoso Sambhava.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurudeva Namaha. So Sri Prahlad Maharaj, he had declared to his father what the topmost activity for the human being is, and that is to do pure bhakti Navavidha Bhakti, performed the 9 limbs of Bhakti to Sri Vishnu. And when Hiranyakashipu heard this suggestion from Prahlad Maharaj, he became very, very infuriated. Because Hiranyakashipu was the greatest, most powerful, demoniac, materialistic person in the entire universe. And his whole goal of life was to enjoy sense gratification. And he wanted that his son will also come in his dynasty and be the same materialistic, fruitive worker, with no other goal than to eat, drink, be merry, for tomorrow we die. So, Hiranyakashipu, when he understood that his son had now been completely contaminated, as he thought, by this bogus conception that we should worship Vishnu. Who was Vishnu to Hiranyakashipu? Vishnu was his greatest enemy. Materialistic persons, they consider that God is their greatest enemy. Why? Because they think they are all powerful and they will conquer death, as Hiranyakashipu also thought. We heard in the beginning of the narration that he wanted to become immortal. And in Hiranyakashipu's case, his own brother, Hiranyaksha, had been killed by Vishnu. And now, his son, his little son, is suggesting to him that he should also perform bhakti to Vishnu. So he became very infuriated. And in so many ways, he tried to kill Prahlad Maharaj. This Matirna Krishna came before this. Yes. So, as he was expressing his dissatisfaction to Prahlad Maharaj continued to explain his position to his father, and he also tried to enlighten his father. He tried to explain to him, my dear king of the demons, Matirna Krishne paratak svatova mito vipadyet griha vrakanam adanta gobir vishatam tamishram punak charvita charvananam. Matirna Krishne paratak svatova. Oh, if a person is determined in this world that he will be a gross materialistic sense enjoyer, then it is never possible for that person to become Krishna conscious. Matirna Krishne paratak svatova. Neither by good instructions from others, neither by his own endeavors, neither by having joint conferences and discussing the subject matter. It is not possible for such a person, because adanta gobir vishatam tamishram. His senses are uncontrolled. Adanta gobir. And therefore, vishatam tamishram. He's descending down to the lowest position in this material world. He's going to hellish suffering. Punak charavita charavananam. Again and again, he is attempting to enjoy this material happiness, which is simply like chewing something that has already been chewed and rejected, and again you put it in your mouth and you try to chew it. So Prahlad Maharaj told this to his father, and he told him that the materialistic persons in this world, they don't know what actually is their real svartagati, their self-interest. Nate vidu svartagatim hi vishnum durashaya ye bahirartamanina te pishadvandva urudhamni badha. He said that the materialistic persons, they don't know that their ultimate svartagati, self-interest of their soul, is to worship Vishnu, to surrender to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Durashaya ye bahirartamanina. And because they do not understand this fact, they're always situated trying to enjoy this world with great hope. Durashaya. They have this hope that someday I will be able to successfully enjoy in this world, but it is always defeated. And their whole existence is completely bound by these material desires, as if their very hands and arms and legs are being bound by the ropes of the material nature. So how can such a materialistic person in such a predicament escape from this? It is only possible in one way, Prahlad Maharaj told his father. He said, Naisham matistavad urukramangrim sprityartanarto upagamam yadartha mahiyasam padarajo vishekam nishkinchananam navranita yavat. Oh my dear father, if anyone wants to become free from all these anarthas, all these contaminations of materialistic tendencies and desires in this world, there is only one way. Mahiyasam padarajo abhishekam. He must take abhishek. He must bathe himself in the padaraja, in the dust from the lotus feet of the pure devotee, nishkinchananam, who has no material desires or attachments in this world and is completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord. When Hiranyakashipu heard this suggestion from Prahlad Maharaj, his eyebrows began to be furled very tightly in a very angry expression. And now he came to his conclusion. He said, just as when a limb of the body becomes diseased and is going to threaten the health of the rest of the body, then that limb must be cut off. Now I can understand that this person, this very low-class person, he has become my enemy. He has become contaminated by this enemy. The Vaishnavas, somehow or other, they have contaminated this person. So therefore, I must remove him. I must eliminate him. And Hiranyakashipu, now he gave instructions to his servants that you should take this person, this rascal, and you should try to inflict all kinds of weapons and punishment upon him and do away with him for good. So they took him away, and they tried many different methods. First of all, they tried to kill him and cut him with swords and sharp knives and weapons, tried to pierce his body. But Sri Prahlad Maharaj, he was a completely surrendered soul. He was completely 100% Sharanagata to the lotus feet of Krishna. And therefore he simply folded his hands and prayed to Krishna, and he was completely peaceful and happy that he was under the loving protection of Krishna. And in that condition, these weapons and everything could not even touch his body at all. They tried then to take Prahlad Maharaj and throw him underneath the feet of an elephant and have him crushed. But when they put him there, Krishna protected him, and he inspired the elephant that he should not step on him, and nothing resulted from that. They took Prahlad, they tried to put him in a pit of snakes, poisonous snakes. And when they put him in there, all the snakes, they did not even try to bite him. Then they took Prahlad and took him up to a huge mountain cliff. And they tried to hurl him off of this mountain cliff. And Prahlad Maharaj sailed down from the top of the mountain, and he landed very safely on the ground. Nothing, no injury. Then they even tried to give him poison, forcing him to drink poison. Prahlad Maharaj very willingly accepted, and he drank the poison. No result. Now, after trying every conceivable method, Hiranyakashipu, he became a little bit worried. He began to think, what is this? What kind of power does this so-called son of mine have? There is nothing I can do. And he started to become quite depressed, quite frustrated. And then his teachers, Shanda and Amarka, they assured him, they told him, oh, our dear king, please, don't worry about the current situation. I'm sure your son is just young, and right now he may be in this mentality, but we think that in course of time, this will pass, and then he will become normal again. So better that we should take him again, and we should try to instruct him. So then Hiranyakashipu, he again agreed, and the two teachers, they brought Prahlad Maharaj to the school where the other sons of the demons, of the demoniac dynasties, they were all in the same school with Prahlad Maharaj. So now Prahlad Maharaj was again going to this school, and the teachers were attempting to teach all the materialistic subject matters that, that a sense enjoyer must know in this world in order to attain what they consider perfection, simply giving satisfaction to the gross material body. So they taught so many different subjects for some time, and then one day, the teachers had to go out of the room for some reason, and then the children were in the room alone. And at that time, when the teacher went out of the room, naturally what do children usually do? When the cat's away, the mice will play. So now they wanted to play games, and they wanted to be frivolous and to enjoy and all of this. But they noticed that Prahlad Maharaj was not interested. Oh, come on, Prahlad, play with us, play with us. And then Prahlad Maharaj, he told them, he began to instruct them that, my dear classmates, this is not the purpose of life. You know that all of us, we are very young right now, only 5 years old. But how long do we actually have to live in this life? You think that you have a very long period of time, 100 years to live perhaps, but out of that 100 years, already you're going to spend 50 of them sleeping, wasting the entire half of your life. And then out of that other half, 50 years, you're going to spend 10 years in your frivolous childhood. Then you're going to spend another 10 years doing some kind of study so that you can have an occupation. And then another 10 years of your life will be spent at the end of your life in old age, where your body is racked with pains and problems and diseases, and you cannot do proper bhajan. So actually, how much time do you really have in this human form of life? Maybe you have 10 or 20 years in which you can do bhajan. So therefore, komaram acharit pragya dharman bhagavatan iha durlabha manusam janma tadapyap artadam. That this human form of life is durlabha janma. It is very rare to attain this human form of life after millions and millions of lifetimes in this material world, wandering from one species to another, finally attaining the human form. It is not to be wasted. Therefore, from the time of Komara, 5 years old, you must begin this process. Don't waste any time. Komara acharit pragya dharman bhagavataniha. Bhagavat dharma. Service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead must begin now. Otherwise, your human life may be wasted. And in this way, Prahlad Maharaj began to instruct his friends, and they wondered, Prahlad, how do you know all this wonderful knowledge?
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Very good. Agyānatimirandhasya gyananjana salakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. So, all of you are listening the life history and teachings of Prahlad Maharaj. And the demonic friend of Prahlad Maharaj asked Prahlad, "Oh Prahlad, from where you have learned all these things? Our teacher, Chandra and Amarkar, never taught all these things. Only they taught us, oh, our ultimate goal is to make money. Money is money, brighter than sunshiny, tastier than sweet honey. If you have made money, then you will be canny. So you have learned all these things. From where you have learned all these things? Asked to do bhajan. Then Prahlad Maharaj told the life history of his mother. When he was in the womb of his mother, and he learned everything, being the womb of his mother in the ashram of Narada Rishi. Then the demonic friend asked, "Oh Prahlad Maharaj, oh Prahlad, can you teach us how we can do bhajan? What is the simplest method to do bhajan? You are in your mother's womb 60,000 years. Not possible for us to do so much austerity. Please tell us the simple way. What is the simple way?" Then Prahlad Maharaj replied, "Guru Sustru Saya Bhakta Sarvala Bharpanena Cha Sangyana Sadhu Bhakta Namishwara Radhanena Cha."
Prahlad Bhai told, please listen carefully. Guru Sushrusaya Bhakta, you have to serve your Gurudev. How? With great devotion. If you have not served your Gurudev with great devotion, then not possible at all. Just like as before you have heard from Sripad Damodar Maharaj, that there are two Bhagavan, one Asya Bhagavan, another Visaya Bhagavan. Although our ultimate goal to serve Visaya Bhagavan, but there is one condition, what? Have to go through proper channel, have to be initiated by a bona fide Gurudev. So Guru Sushrusaya Bhakta. Later on, in this Kali Yuga, our Srila Das Goswami Pad told, in Manasiksha, Guru Goshthe Gosthala Isu. In this work he first also narrate about Guru's name, not to Krishna first. So everywhere about Guru. Guru must be bona fide Guru. So Guru Sushrusaya Bhakta. Moreover, Sarva Labharpanena cha. Whatever you gain, have to offer to Gurudev. Now you think, oh, if I offer to Gurudev, then how I can maintain my life? So, what to do? Prabhupada, no, we must have to offer. What we have? What we possess? This body and mind are related to body and mind. So our Acharyas told, Manasa Deha Geha Jo Kichu Mod Or Pilu Tuapade Nanda Kishore. Oh Nanda Kishore, which I possessed by my body, by mind, everything I offered to you. Then what will be the result? Dai Momo Galatu Padabarane. If you do so, if you surrender completely the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev, then you have no more responsibility. Then Krishna will be bound to bestow his mercy. It mentions in scriptures in Adi Puran that if you serve Krishna direct, Siddhir Bhavati Vaneti Sansarachita Sevinam Nissam Sarastutat Bhakta Paricharya Ratatmanam. If you serve Krishna direct, you may get perfection or not. There is a lot of doubt. But if you serve his great devotee, Guru Padma, then perfection under your hand, inside your palm. None can check this. So Guru Sushrusaya Bhakta Sarvalabharpanena cha. Moreover, Sangyana Sadhu Bhaktanam Ishtaradhanena cha. How you can understand? Is a bona fide Guru or not? Then what to do? You must have to go through Vaishnavas. Vaishnava will tell you is bona fide Guru or not. Because it mentioned in scriptures, before initiation, Guru will examine his disciple for 1 year, and disciple also examine his Guru 1 year. Guru can examine his disciple in a moment, but for disciple, not possible to judge his Guru perfect or not. How to do? Have to go to proper channel, have to go to Vaishnavas. The Sangyana Sadhu Bhaktanam, Vaishnava will tell you that he is bona fide Guru or not. What is the symptom of bona fide Guru then? Thus, why is offered to him? Tasmat Gurun Prapadeta Jiggansu Se Uttamam Sabde Parichanisnatam Brahmanupasamasrayam. Who is bona fide Guru then? There is two symptoms. One primary symptom, another secondary symptom. Very hard to understand the primary symptom. For the secondary symptom, Sabde Parichanisnatam, he must be qualified, Sabdecha Nisnatam, must be qualified all scriptures. If devotee has a doubt, he can flush out by quoted from scripture. Oh, you can contact me, I will reply you in 6 months. Not like this. He has questioned, his devotee has questioned a disciple, Guru Padma can immediately remove the doubt. And Brahmanupa Samasrayam, and must be detached from material world. This material world may be male or female, both are hankering for different ways. For male, they are hankering for 3W, woman, wife and wine. And female, men, marijuana and money. If good like this is the bona fide Guru there.
He must prepare this.
So, and primary symptom, Paricha Nisnatam, he must be realized soul. sitting with us, what is doing, how we can understand? In Guru Bhakti Krishna Nandaya Dhimahi, being with us, same time he is serving Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna Nandaya means Sri Krishna Chaitanya, same time serving Sri Krishna, and same time Sri Krishna, Krishna plus Anandaya, Krishna Nandaya. Same time serving them, then how disciple can judge his bona fide guru or not? So you have to go, Vaishnavas, Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam, Ishvararadhanena cha, Dhanini Prabha Ishvararadhana, Prabha Bhajan. Hearing this, all his friends become influenced and they start kirtan. When they are doing kirtan, all this sound vibration of the kirtan went to Hiranyakasipu. Hiranyakasipu became very furious. Oh, what is going on? He came from his own palace and came to Gurukul and threatened Hiranyakasipu from Chandamarka. What is going on? Nonsense thing here? Chandamarka told, oh Maharaj, we could not check Prahlad. He's spoiling himself and spoiled the whole our schoolboys. Now he knows, oh Prahlad, where are you getting this power? Prahlad come and quite replied, oh my dear father, from where are you getting your power? I am getting from same source. Where is your Bhagavan? Always you telling Vishnu, Vishnu? Prahlad replied, everywhere. Where is not? Nowhere that there is no place that Vishnu is not there. Is all providing. Where is this? Is this pillar? Is this here? Yes, Pita. Yes, Father. This here, there, everywhere. Then how I cannot see him? Then Prahlad Maharaj told, Andha Pita Sujata Nahi, Ham me tum me khamba khalka me jahi khojo tahi Ram. Oh, my dear father, you are spiritually blind, so I could not find him. So, what to say about here and there? He is inside you, inside me, inside this pillar, even inside your soul, everywhere. Really? Okay. Then he very strongly hit the pillar. Immediately the one rolling sound came. What is going to happen? From where this sound came? He saw one strong creature is coming out. Neither man or not any man. Because he had benediction from Brahmaji. He will not be killed by any creature created by him. So Nishingadev not created by Brahmaji. And he came and there is some battle between Hiranyakasipu and Nishingadev. When Nishingadev grabbed him, all the demigods began to laugh, clap, oh, now we are saved, we are saved. And sometimes Nishingadev make him some loose. And all demigods, alas, 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 used to be that. After the Nishingadev is completely grabbed by Nishingadev and he tore by his nails and take the intestine, put on his neck like a garland. The Brahmaji gave him benediction, he will not die either day or night. So at that time, neither day nor night, it was dusk time. Not any weapons, by nails. Not any month, it was Purushottam month. Not any year, it was leap year. Not created by Brahma. So Nishingadev is Bhagavan. So fulfilling all the benediction of Brahmaji, and he killed Hiranyakasipu. After that, he is so furious, like his main thing is going to touch the sky. A flame is coming from that. And Brahmaji and other demigods, they request to Lakshmi Devi, oh Lakshmi Devi, please go and satisfy your Prabhu. They say, oh my goodness, I never seen this strange. I cannot go to him. I cannot satisfy him. I never see his form like this. Lakshmi Devi, run away. Brahmaji denied to go. All the demigods denied to go. Then Brahma told, oh dear Prahlad, give to yourself, your Prabhu has appeared here. Please go and satisfy him. Prahlad Maharaj is very calm and quiet. He has no fear at all. Just like one lion killed an elephant, and every year full of blood. When he came back to his cave, his cow jumped on his neck, and lion moved his tail and very calm and quiet, not make any harm for his baby. In the same way, Prahlad Maharaj went and took seat on his lap of Nrsimhadev, and Nrsimhadev caressing him, and told Prahlad, please excuse me, I became late. So please ask some benediction. Prahlad Maharaj told, I am not a businessman. I do not do any trade with you. That I worship you, I do your bhajan, I shall take benediction. I don't want. If I have any desire for benediction, please remove this desire. Nrsimhadev, no. My darshan is infallible. Please ask benediction. Then Prahlad Maharaj told, my father done so many mischief for you. Please excuse him. Then Nrsimhadev told, your father has been delivered already. If any Vaishnava, Uttam Vaishnava of any dynasty, then is 21 generation delivered. If Madhyam Vaishnava, then 14 generation. If Kanishta Vaishnava, then 7 generation. So your father already delivered from this world. Don't worry. Please ask any other benediction. And Prahlad Maharaj told, oh Prabhu, if you want to really give a benediction, I want only one benediction. The worldly people, being in this material world, forget you completely. They're suffering so many ways. I want to take the sufferings and I want to suffer life after life after life. And if I do any sukriti or good thing for you, please deliver them from this world. Hiranyakashipu told, oh Prahlad, you are winner, I am loser. I could not defeat you. But it is not possible. But yes, I am giving this benediction. Whoever discuss dialogue between yourself and myself, they must be delivered from this world, there is no doubt. By this way, Prahlad Maharaj gave this benediction. So our Parampara Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, he read this and give class more than 108 times. Why? Because Nrsimhadev gave this benediction. So, as in beginning of class, Srila Gurudev has quoted this also. So we have to follow Prahlad Maharaj, be tolerant like Prahlad Maharaj, then we can advance in Krishna consciousness gradually. Like Sanatana Goswami Pad has given example in Ved Bhagavatamritam, Jnani Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj, after that Suddha Bhakta Ambarish Maharaj, after that Premi Bhakta Hanumanji, after that Prematur Bhakta, Prempar Bhakta Pandavas, and Prematur Bhakta Uddhavas, and Uddhav is praying to Braj Gopis, Asamaho Charan Rishamonsam. And one that is desire come to serve Gopis under guidance of Guru Padma and Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Haribo. Srila Gurudev has asked me to make an announcement about book distribution. Srila Gurudev has once said, actually he said many times in Florida and around the world, that my life is writing. This is what Gurudev is dedicating the rest of his life to writing, to present the message of our Guru Varga, the message that is presented in these books that we have printed. We have printed thousands and thousands of books. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu, Jaiva Dharma, many booklets, Gaudiya Gita Guch, Way of Love, Secret Truths of the Undiscovered Self, Beyond Liberation, books that we could share with our friends, co-workers. Gauravani Kachari May, a very brand new book that will be coming to the U.S. in 2 months. I will be here in Badger. So Gurudev has dedicated his life to presenting these books, and as his disciples, now we have an opportunity to serve his heart. And so I would like to present to you, assembled Vaishnavas over here, an opportunity for everybody to engage in a service that is pure of bliss, to serve Gurudev directly, to engage in direct Guru Seva. I'll tell you personally, Gurudev has given me so much mercy for trying to put together a book distribution program, to share this enthusiasm with all the devotees. and he is giving so much mercy to all the devotees over here in this assembly. Everybody over here can feel his love. And so why won't we just take what he's giving to us and share it with whoever's close to us, our family and friends, do small propaganda, whatever's natural to our own way, and we can now present his books. So now GVP has a new program. Actually, it's 1 year old, but Gurudev is personally subsidizing book distribution. So now all the books are at print cost. So a book like something this big, that's $10 retail, will go for print cost at $5. Or The Way of Love, which is $2 retail, or $5 will go for 25 cents if you buy in bulk. Or Gauravani Kacharine, $6 print cost, and it'll go retail $12, $15. So now all these books are at print cost. We have thousands and thousands of books. Now it is being waited for everybody. If you'd like to engage in direct Guru Seva, the opportunity is right there at the book table. So come back over there. There are many book packets. Everybody's taking time.
I have another important announcement to make, Srila Gurudev. Today there was a big materialist festival called Air and Sea Show in Fort Lauderdale. And at Fort Lauderdale there was 500,000 people on the beach. 25 of our devotees went to the beach, did Harinam Sankirtan, and distributed 200 books today. So this is the first festival in which we've actually done preaching work. And tomorrow again they're going to go out on Harinam Sankirtan, and we will distribute prasadam and more books at the big Air and Sea.
Hare Krishna. Many devotees, they have requested to come and have Gurudev's darshan. Of course, all of you are here having Gurudev's darshan. And we want to facilitate your desire. And unfortunately, we are in a situation where we cannot receive so many, otherwise it would be more easy. So in order to facilitate darshan tomorrow morning, at 10 o'clock, we request all of you to assemble right here. Sit in groups, our Laksha devotees one side, and then you can ask questions, and if you have anything which you want to present to Srila Gurudev, you can do that personally tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock right here.
Hare Krishna. Some more few more devotees requested for initiation. They arrived today. So for them, initially tomorrow in Gurudev apartment, 9 a.m. I have humbly requested to all devotees, only who will take initiation, they will go there. Otherwise, the apartment owner makes so much complaint because a lot of devotees went today for initiation. And fire sacrifice will be day after tomorrow, not today, because tomorrow will be another initiation. So we will come down here 10 a.m. So grand ceremony and all darshan will be here, not over there, only initiation there. Hare Krishna. 9:30 a.m. Please come, 15 minutes whoever 9 a.m. can come for initiation.
Oh, real quick announcement about G Clays. Just want to let everybody know that also the G Clays, these are reproductions, fine art reproductions of Shamarani's arts that is manifesting from Srila Gurudev's heart. These are being used as a fundraiser for Navadvip. Already, they have funded around 15 to 20% of the Navadvip project, these G Clays. So if you'd like to participate and also Navadvip Dham Seva, you can go over there to the back table. There's a whole art table with G Clays, posters, where there's a whole Navadvip fundraiser going on. Also, there are some DVDs of Srila Gurudev's movies back there too. Also, there's a limited edition of these G Clays too. So.
Also, Srimati Shamarani Didi, as she has done in some of our other festivals, on Monday in the late morning class, 10:30 a.m. class, she's going to be presenting a very, very interesting slideshow of all the art. telling so much of the history, how these dozens and dozens of paintings were made by her under the direction of Srila Prabhupada and under the direction of Srila Gurudeva. And there will also be a chance at that time for purchasing these original paintings, G-clays. Hare Krishna.
Gaur Premanande Hare Hare Krishna Govinde Govinde Gopala Krishna Govinde